Hey guys, what's going on? Long time no see. Just got back from my little vacation, so figured I'd hop on and do a little ride for you guys. I figured while in the meantime, I've just hit 2,000 miles on the bike since I've had it. It's at 49, might as well say 5,000 miles right now on the bike itself. So what better time to do a review? I didn't want to be one of those people that does, you know, a 100-mile review or 500-mile review. I wanted to get some actual seat time before I actually did a review video, but this should be it right here. First things first, things I don't like about it: the size of it. I wish it was a little bigger, or set up higher, or the seat was more comfortable, but for the price point, I have no complaints. I mean, you get what you pay for. It is what it is, and that's that on that. My biggest complaint, and I've already dealt with, the throttle. The throttle on the MT-03 sucks, and I'll leave it at that. Like, just for your acceleration, you would, that's wide open now, but you would have that, and you'd have to come and get another pull on it. So you'd have pretty much 2 pulls just for full throttle. And I guess for a beginner, that's probably a good thing. So you don't have it all on demand right there to pop your full throttle. But the thing of it is, say, I don't know, say you have no other way to get out of a poor situation other than throttle, you don't want to have to do this number to try and get more to speed up. You don't, it's just a terrible combination. But that's probably the first thing I did, is you can grab your R6 throttle on Amazon or eBay, whatever. They're like 30 bucks. Do it. I mean, that's all that needs to be said. Just change it to an R6 throttle, boom. And some people might think, well, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Well, I'll tell you now, it took less time to change my throttle over than it did to put the grip on. It took me longer to put this grip on than it did to change the throttle. So just do it. If you're planning on keeping it for any amount of time, just do it. Don't waste your time headaching around about changing it, because literally it's like 4 screws, I think, 4 Phillips head screws and 2 cables, and you can't do it wrong. I mean, it comes apart, goes right back together. The only issue I had was one of the screws on the bottom. I over tightened it, so it had a really sticky throttle when I tried to when I first put it back together. Loosen that screw up just slightly and it's fine. But that's that on that. The other thing I don't like would be the tail eliminator, the fender eliminator. Ugly, hideous, wouldn't have it. Again, changed that as soon as I got it. And the only other bad thing I don't like, which, you know, you can change it, but here's my dilemma: the muffler. I'm 6 foot tall, I wear a size 12 boot, so when I first got the bike, I had a real issue with duck feet, because the way the muffler sits, the way my boot sits, I would just duck feet. Well, I've gotten here recently to where I'm tiptoeing on the pegs and my heel rests on the muffler because of how big it is. If I was going to change something else, it would be the exhaust. Here's my dilemma: if I change the exhaust, I'm only planning on having this bike for a year. Alright, so if I change the exhaust, I'm out 600 bucks. Why put $600 into an exhaust on a bike that I only plan on having for a year? I just can't bring myself to do it. And I would get a cheap one from like eBay or whatever, but what kind of quality are you going to get from a $150 muffler from eBay? I mean, I'd rather just keep it stock than have either a glass pack sound or a stock sound with a different muffler that's probably going to end up being the same size. And I'll just leave that at that. So yeah. Alright, the third thing that I don't like would be I should say acceleration, but It's perfect acceleration for a modest rider or a new rider. Perfect acceleration for a new rider. I mean, you're not going to downshift to third and accidentally pop a wheelie. It accelerates fine, but you're not going to accidentally pull the front end up and dump it, cartwheel, none of that. Alright, so my issue lies in the gearing, which I understand why it's geared the way it is. It's awesome, it's fun, to 60 miles an hour. People ask me all the time, how fast is it? Well, it's quick, but it's not fast. Like, your pull from 0 to 60 is quick for what it is, for being a 300, but they put all their energy into a 0 to 60 pull. Once you hit about 60 to 80, somewhere in there, I mean, you might as well put your foot off and give it a push. It's not going to accelerate anymore. And that's coming from me. Again, I'm a bigger dude, so 130-pound girl, half my size, yeah, it's gonna feel like a rocket ship. I would imagine. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I would imagine that it's gonna feel like a rocket ship to somebody that's half my size, because it's not having to push all that weight around. And on to the next thing. I've been trying like crazy to get this to do this on video. It will never do it. It did it right before I turned my video on. I've talked about it in videos before to try and explain it, but I can't get it to do it on camera. Is the shift indicator. And I know this is going to be, you know, hey, this is where this is a cheaper bike, you know, you get what you pay for, it is what it is. My shift indicator, say I was leaving a red light and I'm in third gear on a pull. When I go to fourth, the indicator's blank. So it's like there's no indicator there. It's just a square with no number in it, right? So it'll finally change, but it'll go to the previous gear. It'll like slam it into third gear and redline. And I haven't been able to get it to do it on camera to see if anyone else is having that issue. But if y'all are having that same issue, drop it down in the comments, because I want to know. Maybe it's just a defect with me, maybe it's a defect with the bike. I don't know. Yes, I said a defect with me. I'm a new rider. Driver error, they call it. I don't know. Just let me know if y'all have had that same issue, or if it's just a thing with the box. I've not seen anybody else complain about it, but pretty much it's like it's in between third and fourth, and then it'll just slam into third and go full throttle, redline. It'll also do it when I first go to take off. So like say I first start the bike, I'm in first gear, I go to put it in neutral to start it, and then it's just blank, like it's still in first gear. I'll have to push the clutch in, roll the bike slowly by hand, and let off the clutch, and it'll go either to first or neutral, and then it's fine after that. And it's, you know, it's a mind game. It never knows which gear, you never know which gear it's going to actually go into, so it's kind of hit or miss. That's pretty much the only things I don't like about the bike, to be completely honest. That's pretty much it. It handles phenomenal. I mean, y'all can see that. Y'all can see that in my video where I went to the tail of the dragon. It handles fantastic. Handles right into the trees, bushes, ditch line, whatever. Handles right into it. But on a for real note, serious note, this is a great handling bike. That again was driver error. I only had 1,000 miles under my belt at that time, so to be expected. I shouldn't have been at the Dragon, but the idea of the video was going to be, hey, is the Dragon really as bad as they say it is? Should a new beginner driver go there? Well, why would I not post it if the conclusion of the video is, hey, you shouldn't go here? That's taken away from the idea, the moral of that video. So that's why I posted that video. It wasn't the box fault by any means, obviously, y'all know that. It was my fault. I target fixated, I wasn't paying attention, I probably zoned out, I don't know, to be completely honest with you, but I just veered off the road. That had nothing to do with the bike or bike's abilities, capabilities. It had nothing to do with the bike, so I can't say that that's negative on the bike. I think that's absolutely, the handling of this bike is a completely positive. It's a pro all day. You can maneuver the bike, you can brake the bike. I've locked ABS a few times and it didn't throw me off the bike or slide out from it under me or anything like that. It did what it was supposed to do. It kept me from locking the rear brake up, got me stopped in a safe situation. It is what it is. That's another thing, ABS. I think beginners should have ABS, because if not, you panic brake, it's gonna lock the rear wheel up and probably slide out from under you. Moral of the story, this is a beginner deal. This isn't, hey, saying, you know, you should go from a 600 to this bike. I'm not saying that by any means. That being said, it's not a 600. You can turn it like a 600. You can get down with it. You can knee scrape. You can toe drag. I mean, you can do anything on this bike you can do on a 600, minus the fact of the speed. You're not going to get the speed. But say you can take a curve at 40 miles an hour on a 600, you can take a curve at 40 miles an hour on a 300. It might take you longer to get to that 60 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour, but it's going to take the curve. You don't have to worry about, is it going to take the curve. The other downfall, obviously I said the speed. On the interstate, I don't like riding this bike on the interstate. Y'all will hardly ever see me ride it on the interstate unless you watch my night videos. And that's because when I wrecked at the Dragon, I busted my headlight. It still works, it's functional, but it does not go in a straight line. See, this is what I'm talking about, the handling. Boom. Able to avoid that in a turn, no problem. Anyway, I can't see where I'm going on a back road with this headlight. It functions, it's perfectly fine on the interstate, but when it comes to a night ride on a back road, I can't see where I'm going. It's unsafe. So that's the only time you'll see me ride on the interstate, and that's why. I do not like riding the interstate on this motorcycle. I've done a video before, hey, can you keep up on the interstate? Yes, you can. This bike will run 85, 90 mile an hour on the interstate all day long. My problem is you're running 10,000 RPM. And I just don't see that being good for the bike, running 10,000 RPM for an hour on the highway. But you do with it what you will. Take my advice, don't take my advice. This is my interpretation. This is my review, so take it for what it is. I like it. It's my personal opinion. That being said, let's see, things I do like. The controls are easy. I mean, you got, oh, YJ, heck yeah. Sorry, back to the video. I mean, all your controls are right here, easily accessible. You don't have a bunch of functions that you got to try and figure out. I mean, everything's pretty much set up square, easy. You got your pass light here, your high beams here, signal here, horn here, start, signals. That's all you need. In my opinion, a beginner doesn't need any more or any less. You have everything, all the necessities are right here. You don't have any cruise control, none of that. Your cruise control's right here in your right hand. That's all you need. Don't need anything crazy. It's a perfect beginner bike. I mean, it is what it is. It's cheap. My feelings weren't terribly hurt. I knew I was gonna dump it. Everybody says, hey, everybody dumps at least once. Every new rider is gonna dump their bike at least once. I couldn't have been more fortunate. I hit a soft spot of leaves. I had full gear on. The bike has cosmetic issues, that's it. I didn't break anything on the bike other than a fender and the headlight. I mean, that's really the only thing I broke. I probably didn't even do, aside from the lot's like $300, and the fork broke, but all it was the mount on the fork for your fender. My fork's usable, obviously. I didn't really break anything. I probably did $100 worth of damage if you exclude the fork and the light, which are still operable. Add another probably $500 or $600 for those two parts, but that comes with the territory. It is what it is. I talked about the speed, not being a fan of it. One thing I do like about it is the acceleration from 0 to 60. That's one of my favorite things about it. My favorite thing about it is 0 to 60 acceleration. My least favorite thing is going beyond 60. Anything over 60 is kind of lame, not gonna lie. It's like driving a Pinto. It's like driving a V8 sports car from 0 to 60, and then it's like driving a Pinto after you hit 60. It's just the gearing. I wouldn't change the gearing. I mean, you could get more speed out of it, but you're going to lose that fun acceleration at the bottom end. You could change it and get better acceleration out of the bottom end, but you're going to lose top speed. I mean, you'd hit 60 like you were on a 600, but once you hit 60, I mean, that'd be top speed. So I would leave the gearing alone. I wouldn't change it. That's just one of those things, and that comes into, you know, once you get so many miles under your belt on this bike, you're gonna be ready for a different bike. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing else you can do about it other than just, you know, upgrade. But that's what the 300 series is for, is to get you comfortable riding before you get a big bike. Let's see, other things to pinpoint. The sound, I mean, that falls in the exhaust. The sound is just alright. It's like driving a stock Civic. It irritates me, but it's stock. I mean, what can you expect? I'll do a 60 pull here in a minute just to show y'all what I'm talking about. It's nothing to be amazed at, but it's a fun bike, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it. The seat's uncomfortable. Your butt hurts after about 30 minutes of riding, but it's a cheap bike. Get one, see for yourself. I mean, it's cheap. You can't go wrong. If it's your first bike and you're just looking for something to learn on, but you don't want to spend, like me, I didn't want to spend $12,000 on my ZX6R for my first bike. And imagine if I wrecked that on the Dragon, I would have been devastated, I ain't gonna lie. But having this, you know, you can call it a throwaway bike if you want. I would probably still keep this after I get my ZX6R if I'm in the financial situation to be able to do so. Just to play with. I mean, it'd be fun to take to parking lots and play around, learn to do wheelies and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not a GP racer, I'm not a stunt rider. I'm just out here doing vlogs, having a good time, enjoying air time, wind time. I mean, that's all it is. So, for conclusion, absolutely recommend this bike. As far as overall, change the throttle tube out, get an R6 throttle tube, and you will be happy for thousands of miles. Alright, don't downgrade unless you're looking for fuel economy. That's another thing. The fuel economy, I get 50 miles to the gallon, and y'all have seen me absolutely hoon on back roads. I still get 50 miles to the gallon. When I first got it, I was getting 58, and that was just driving back and forth to work, getting used to it, babying it, putting around. I mean, you're gonna get 50 to 60 miles to the gallon depending on how you ride this thing. You're not gonna be disappointed with the fuel mileage. I mean, if you're looking for something to get good fuel mileage, go Baden. Haha, not. If you're looking to get good fuel mileage, get one, 100%. You will not be disappointed. If you're a bigger guy like me, get one. You won't be disappointed. I was afraid to get it because I was like, this thing ain't even gonna be able to pull my fat ass around. But to be completely honest, I'm not disappointed. I would do it again in a heartbeat, same way I did before. I would go with this bike, and I mean 100 times over for a first bike. So yeah, just do it. If you're considering it, just do it. You're gonna have little things here and there that you don't like about it, but that's anything. That's motorcycle, car, bicycle, truck, women. Hey, just kidding. I love everything about my woman, but there's gonna be little things here and there that get on your nerves, but just roll with it. Don't back out just because you're afraid it's not going to be enough bike or it's not going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's got 2 wheels and an engine. It's going to be fun. I've had a blast with this thing, and I'll probably put another 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it before it's over with, because like I said, I'm not swapping my bike out until next year. So it'll be, you know, I might do a 5,000 mile review on this thing, who knows. But just find something that suits you. If this suits you, it suits you. If not, cool. But for me, it suits me as a first-time rider. I enjoy it. I have minimal to no complaints. I mean, the only complaint I have is the gearing, or the top speed. But you can go 95 miles an hour on this motorcycle, but you're not going to be running 130 on the interstate, and you're going to be wanting at 90 mile an hour regardless. So that's my take on that. That's the only thing that you can't change that I don't like. Other than that, you know, it's the throttle tube, which it's a $30 fix, and it goes right on. There's no modification required other than sliding the old one out and putting the new one in. The exhaust, you can change it. Is it worth it to me? No, absolutely not. Can it be done? Absolutely. If you want to fork out $600 for an exhaust on a $4,000 bike, be my guest. I'm not going to do it. If you want to get an Amazon, eBay slip-on, by all means, go for it. If you did it, leave a comment down below. I want to know how you like it, because like I said, I've thought about it, but I just can't convince myself that it's worth the money. That's pretty much it. I wish the pegs were set a little bit further back so I could get a better lane. Oh well, it's a naked bike. It ain't a sport bike. It ain't a street bike. It ain't a racing bike. It's just the seating position is a little bit uncomfortable for me. But you know, when you're 6 foot, 250 pounds on a bike that's recommended for someone that's 5'3", probably 160 max. I know the bike rates it says its max capacity is 300, but that's probably a combined 2 riders because there is a rear seat. You know, when you got 250 pounds, you're out on the center and the seats, you know, 1/4 of an inch thick, it's uncomfortable. You're scrunched up, it's uncomfortable. I'd like to be able to lay out, stretch out, whatever. But these are all preference things, that's all. It's a review video, so you're going to get my preferences, and everyone else is going to have positives and negatives that they're going to say about it. Other than the things I've covered, I mean, it's a motorcycle. It's got 2 wheels, it's got an engine, lots. There's nothing really to review about it other than the riding experience, in my opinion. I pretty much covered everything, and I'll show you all that pull on the straightaway up here, and then I'll end the video. Alright, so we're at 60, 62, 68, 70, 80. So it'll go, but I mean, you can literally count with it. That's how slow it is. It's not going to blow you away. And there, you can go to watch my other videos. I've got some acceleration videos. You can see just how quick it is to get up there, how slow it is to get up there. I've got a video. It's MT-03 top speed run, and I literally peg it out. I think I hit like 92 miles an hour here. And then the other one, there's another one. It was something about running up on a cop at 90 miles an hour. I pretty much maxed it out then and flew up behind what I still to this day believe to be a cop. If it was, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'm not doing anything to get clout. I'm just enjoying my rods. But hang on, I got something. But anyway, you can watch those couple of videos. You can see kind of where it sits between what I'm talking about, between the 60 and 80 mark. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a good time. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure you drop a comment down below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, please. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy my uploads. It takes time. Time is invested. Gas is invested. I'd like to be able to buy a computer to do it, but until I'm actually able to make money doing the videos, I can't see buying a $1,000 computer to make videos. So until I hit that benchmark, I'm just going to keep doing it from my phone like I have been. Yeah, just make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. It'll help y'all out in the long run. Even if you're a new viewer, if you want to see, if you enjoy motorcycle content, hit that subscribe button. It just takes a second. And I enjoy getting the views, subscribers. I'm at 49 subscribers. I've been crossing my fingers to hit that 50 mark for a week now. I know I'm a small channel. I know I'm carrying on about crap that y'all probably don't care about, but just do me a solid, hit that subscribe button, comment down below if there's anything else y'all want to see. If you want to see any other kind of content, let me know. If you enjoyed this, let me know. I may do another one here in a month or two, just once I hit another benchmark in mileage on the bike. If y'all want me to do every 1,000 miles, if y'all want me to do maintenance video, I'm about to do oil change on the bike. I'm about to do chain maintenance on the bike. I haven't done any of that since I got it. I know I should be doing it every whatever. I've done one oil change on the bike. I'm about to do another one, and I'm about to start doing more maintenance content if y'all are interested. So just make sure and drop a comment down on that, and I'll be sure to do those maintenance videos, and I'll drop them down for you guys. I'm gonna be doing daily content. I just got back from Panama. It was like an 8-hour drive alone. Spent 3 or 4 days down there, 8-hour drive back. So that's why I haven't been able to upload as many videos here lately. But yeah, I'm back at it. Let's get them in. I'll probably be uploading this. This will be a longer video, so it'll probably take 24 hours to upload it again. And then once I get this uploaded, I'll probably go back to back with another one, and we'll drop another video for you guys as soon as we can. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. But till next time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.